Oh yeah. So first, I want to be super clear that we are not creating our minting DAI on Elastos. It's actually we explored that route earlier, but it is actually extremely difficult to mint it. Minting is easy, but maintaining the stablecoin and providing that collateral is extremely difficult. You need a lot of collateral to ensure that you don't have any issues. When Ethereum dropped from 1400 to 200, it caused a lot of liquidations on the Ethereum network, and it's actually quite amazing that MakerDAO has able to keep DAI so stable over the years. But at the end of the day, the ELA DAI, ELA DAI is basically brought over through a token bridge from the Ethereum network. So we let Ethereum take care of stabilizing this token. In no time do we actually directly create a clone of MakerDAO on Elastos. So we'll just bridge over the DAI on our side and have a pool of ELA DAI, which is really just DAI. So at any time, you can just take your ELA DAI and redeem it for real DAI on Ethereum network one for one. You'll never have an issue with that. If we separated that and decoupled them and actually created our own MakerDAO network, I mean, people aren't going to accept ELA DAI for DAI because they realize that ELA DAI is backed by a different collateral pool and they're not going to trust it really. So this way is much better. And this is actually through extensive conversation with MakerDAO that, they explained to us how difficult it was to manage it. So that's the first thing I want to explain is that we're just moving a DAI over here to use it on our side. And so we'll CR regions or, one of our financial teams will just, buy a bunch of DAI and just put it over here for usage. And maybe we'll create some sort of way that people just can buy it directly or something like that, right? Which is the money market. For the question about the liquidation. So even though the DAI on our side is brought over from Ethereum, we still need to collateralize ELA for DAI. We do that through the money market. So the money market is a super simplified MakerDAO. So MakerDAO actually does a lot more, the liquidation, all that stuff like that, and different types of assets backing it. The money market's super simple. All it does is it continually checks the ELA to USD price, right? We need to maintain a 50% collateralization ratio between ELA and ELA DAI. So if you put in $150 of ELA at the current price, whatever it is today, you get $100 of ELA DAI out from the money market, just from our pool of money. We're not minting any new DAI. That's a big difference. So we're just grabbing some from the pool and giving it to you and say, here, go ahead. But the reason you need to over collateralize is because ELA is a volatile asset, unlike ELA DAI. So we continually check the price from the chain link about the price of ELA versus USD. If at any time ELA drops below 1-to-1, which is par, right, then you have an issue because we can never let ELA drop below the same price of ELA DAI. What will happen is the contract where you put the money will turn into a liquidation contract, which will be bought by somebody else who wants to liquidate you. So we'll actually have people kind of hawking, circling like vultures, waiting for liquidation. Because when liquidation happens is they're literally going to be able to buy the DAI for 3% cheaper because you're hitting that ratio. So we give them a reward to liquidate your contract. So we're paying other people to basically liquidate your contract. People will obviously buy it. And that's actually how also MakerDAO works. In MakerDAO, when there's a liquidation event, there's actually these liquidation nodes that actually look around and they watch and they liquidate your money for you. So